Hey, Dr. Brett here. I'm back with Chanakan. How are you, babes?
Good.
All right, good. We're doing videos. It's Saturday afternoon, and you have another question for me, right?
I always have question.
That's a great quality in life.
Even I don't have question, but I try to have question.
Why is that?
Because we will have a video for you guys.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I'll ask you the next video.
Okay.
Cool.
About relationship again. Like my client, she has boyfriend, and she is seeing each other for 2 years, and she just realized that her boyfriend has another girlfriend for 10 years. And she consults me.
Pretty intense.
Will he come back to her? What happened? And what do you think about this situation?
I think that instead of consulting you, she might want to consider consulting her boyfriend and trying to have a conversation around the truth. Like, how come you didn't tell me about this other relationship the entire time we were together?
Selfish.
Yeah. And so then she has some decisions to make. Like, what is she doing in a relationship with somebody who's been in a relationship with someone else and hasn't told the truth for the entire 2 years?
And she told me he doesn't lie to me. He doesn't.
Often? Or much? I mean,
yeah, and what make people think like that? Like,
oh, you mean denial? Like, you mean splashing in that river called denial?
Yeah, like low self-esteem, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, but there's also this like psychological concept called denial, right? So perhaps she has low self-esteem, but she's also clearly doing some denial, right? That he never lies. I mean, this is a whopper. A whopper is like a giant lie, right? It's like, saying something that's completely untrue, right? So again, I mean, the most important thing when you're coaching people, right, when you're guiding people, is to direct them back to themselves. Instead of making about this third party, whoever the guy is, you make it about them. What are you doing in a relationship, with a guy who isn't honest with you? And then she's going to say, well, I just found out or something, and then you're like, okay, now what do you want to do about it, right? Like, how do you want to address this?
He wants him. He still wants him.
She still wants him.
She still wants him.
Okay. That's okay, I guess, if she's okay with him having someone else as well. If she can make peace with that. A lot of people can't make peace with that. And then there's the other side of the coin, which is that, like, who's this other person, and would she be okay with the third party? So it gets a little tricky and sticky and weird, and it's not impossible if people are honest, but if they're dishonest, and they're dishonest with themselves, even more importantly, then it gets messy, because people's feelings get involved, and they get hurt, and they get jealous, right? And then they do things that can be pretty either passive aggressive or mean, right? People get pretty vicious in situations like that.
And another example, like my client, she was seeing her boyfriend for 3 months, and she just found out that he still sees someone else.
So she was in a relatively new relationship for 3 or 4 months.
Yes.
And just found out, she was under the assumption that they were exclusive.
Yes.
And then she found out that they're not, that he's been seeing someone else.
Yes, and he was seeing other people, and she feel like that, will she trust this guy because he lied?
Yeah, well, I mean, look, especially when you tell big lies, like something like that, when you don't, this giant omission, obviously I don't have a lot of detail. I don't know what the communication was. Was he, telling her that they're exclusive and monogamous? or was he never brought it up in the first place? So you want to inquire.
No, doesn't tell until like the third one that another woman came and talked like 3 people.
Got it. But were they but his girlfriend, did he communicate specifically to his girlfriend, his new girlfriend, that we're monogamous, we're in an exclusive relationship? So we don't know what the communication was. That's relevant. But what's also relevant now is like, what is she going to communicate going forward? Do you plan on continuing to see this woman? If so, can she be okay with that? And probably the answer is probably not. And then so you want to get honest with yourself and tough, right, emotionally. Be tough emotionally to me often means letting go, like the ability to let go and move on, or to be okay and to accept what is. And a lot of times what people do is they can't figure that middle road out, right? They can't let go and they can't accept. And so they're stuck in the middle, constantly feeling, trying to accept and feeling hurt, or trying to let go and not being able to pull it off. And then the key is to either make a decision one way or another and try to build some muscle around that decision, either letting go or accepting what is. Hey, I'm Dr. Brad.
Hey, I'm Snaka.
Thanks.